Modern war meets ancient Bible prophecy, Iran, Israel and America like you've never heard. Chapter 1, Roaring Lion over Tehran. February 28, 2026, Tehran, Iran. At 6:20 GMT, sirens pierced the silence as the first coordinated strikes of Operation Lion's Roar hit Iran's capital and strategic sites. This was not sporadic violence. It was a joint campaign by the Israel Defense Forces and the United States military, targeting missile infrastructure, nuclear-linked facilities, and command centers. Smoke choked the skyline over government buildings. Civilians fled to shelters. Intelligence from U.S. agencies guided precision strikes that eliminated several high-ranking military figures. Iran's state media confirmed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed, an event that instantly transformed regional tension into open war. Almost immediately, smoke rose over the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point on which nearly 1/5 of the world's oil flows. Iran's Revolutionary Guard radioed vessels, "No ship will pass." The global energy market shuddered within minutes. Outside the war room and battlefield, observers took notice. Ancient scriptures like Ezekiel 38-39 named Persia among nations hostile to Israel. Many now interpreted the striking parallels between these ancient names and modern Iran's geopolitical role, though scholars emphasize that such parallels are interpretive, not definitive. Within hours, Iran retaliated. Missile and drone barrages hit Israeli territory and U.S. bases across the Gulf. From Lebanon, the militia Hezbollah fired rockets into northern Israel. What began as airstrikes escalated into wider regional confrontation. For pilots and commanders on the front lines, war was measured in latitudes, flight corridors, and milliseconds. But for many watching from afar, ancient texts and modern headlines seemed to converge. Chapter 2, Thunderbirds Rising. The night sky over the Gulf was profound black as Captain Elias Cole Mercer and his F-22 Raptors climbed toward Iran. Launched from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, Mercer's squadron supported the Allied air campaign with a mission to strip away Iranian air defenses. 12 Raptors were stationed at Israel's OVDA Air Base, with more fighters arriving daily, a concentration of air power not seen since the Iraq invasion. President Trump had framed this as a critical operation to incapacitate Iran's missile and nuclear capability. Mercer navigated into contested airspace at dawn. The Raptor's radar blipped with Surface 2 air threats. He spoke calmly into the radio. Fox 2 radar lock confirmed. Precision munitions severed hostile radar sites, allowing later strike waves safer passage. On digital links between Allied aircraft, situational awareness was razor-sharp. Neutralizing these defenses was key to reducing Allied casualties. Yet in the back of Mercer's mind, memories from childhood flickered. Stories of nations and judgments from generations past. Commentators outside the cockpit were already drawing lines between modern, Kuja, and the nations listed in Ezekiel 38. A text many see as a prophetic war of the nations. Mercer focused on flight corridors, aware these discussions were separate from his duty, but acknowledging how deeply this conflict resonated beyond the battlefield. By 6 o'clock, the Raptors completed their sorties and returned to base. Mercer's voice remained steady. All elements returning to base, casualties 0. Yet the fragile calm hinted at further escalation. Chapter 3, The Horns of the Morning. Over the next 48 hours, the Allied air campaign, now Operation Epic Fury, strengthened. U.S. and Israeli forces fired thousands of precision strikes at Iranian missile bases and command nodes. B-2 Spirit bombers hit deep underground facilities, while Raptors focused on electronic warfare and air defense suppression. Under encrypted flight nets, satellite feeds showed the Strait of Hormuz nearly deserted. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps warned against passage, anchoring tanker traffic miles offshore, a symbolic blockade of global commerce. Mercer listened to flight line chatter between missions. The weight of war pressed on every sortie. After Iran responded by dispatching rockets and drones, Allied forces shifted strategy multiple times in a day. On base, news feeds reported destruction in Tehran and evacuations across multiple cities. At night, in his quarters, Mercer paused, as fragments of global commentary reached him. Some commentators linked Jeremiah 49, specifically the ancient land of Elam, roughly matching modern southwestern Iran with the chaos here. These interpretations, while speculative, had gained traction. In prophecy analysis circles, many drew symbolic connections between ancient geography and today's actors. Yet, on the tarmac, Mercer's reality was starkly tactical. Coordinates, radar tracks, fuel margins, and command directives. One constant remained: conflict had broadened into multiple fronts, and every sortie brought new complexity. Chapter 4. Firestorm over the Gulf. Sunrise over the Gulf was a wash of pink and steel light as Mercer strapped into his Raptor once more. The U.S.-Israel operation had struck well over 2,000 targets in Iran, aiming to blunt its ability to contest airspace. Their objectives included not just neutralizing surface-to-air missiles, but protecting Allied aircraft from sudden strikes. A strategy underscored when 3 US F-15 fighters were mistakenly downed by friendly air defenses over Kuwait. The fog of war had proven treacherous. Reports crackled in. Iranian salvos had swept toward Bahrain and other Gulf states, striking near Fifth Fleet headquarters and disrupting maritime logistics. The global economy reeled as the Strait of Hormuz remained closed, threatening energy flows and financial stability. Though Mercer rarely read prophecy forums, he was aware others did. Many referenced Ezekiel 38-39, which had long been associated with Persia. In prophecy circles, as they watched modern alliances shape up, some saw symbolic echoes. Scholars stressed that historical parallels do not equate to literal prophetic fulfillment. Today's mission was to escort bombers targeting an emerging drone control hub on Iran's coast, a hazardous task with tight return legs. Through contested zones, as Mercer taxied down the runway, he sensed the magnitude of this conflict extending far beyond his cockpit's HUD. Chapter 5. The Eye of the Storm. March 5, 2026, pre-dawn. Mercer sat in silence, reviewing flight plans. Reports of higher U.S. casualties and broader Iranian drone offensives had come through overnight. Achieving strategic objectives, commanders warned, would take time and may stretch well beyond initial projections. The Allied Rangers climbed into pale morning. Below them, tanker traffic sat idle, metal hulls faint on the horizon under thick haze. In flight nets, briefings spoke of operational goals: suppress hostile radar networks, maintain air superiority, and support Allied ground and naval forces. Beyond the battlefield, discussions over biblical prophecy intensified online. Some commentators drew attention to Ezekiel 38 and Jeremiah 49-36-39, exploring symbolic links between ancient texts and modern Iran. These lenses offered many viewers deeper context to interpret the conflict scope. Yet mainstream scholarship remained cautious, emphasizing that such interpretations are theological and not universally agreed upon. Mercer tuned into these broadcasted debates only peripherally. His focus remained on mission coordinates and threats ahead. Suddenly, new reporting arrived. Hezbollah units in Lebanon had launched rockets into northern Israel, prompting counterstrikes near Beirut. The war had spread beyond Iran's borders, tightening into a regional conflagration, drawing in proxy and allied forces from multiple directions. Above the Gulf's misty horizon, Mercer's fighter cut a clean arc into the unknown, a modern weapon of war in an ancient land of conflict and scripture alike. Chapter 6. Judgments, Shadow, and Legacy. As dusk settled, Mercer guided his Raptor home through copper-toned skies. For days, the Alliance's air campaign relentlessly targeted Iranian infrastructure. Today, missiles and drones still streak toward Israeli cities and U.S. positions, amid unceasing retaliation. Across living rooms worldwide, biblical prophecy analysts revisited ancient texts. many referenced Ezekiel 38 to 39, noting Persia's inclusion as a provocative parallel to modern Iran's role. Others weighed passages like Jeremiah 49 to 36 to 39, pondering symbolic connections between ancient Elam and today's upheaval. Scholars, however, consistently remind audiences that comparative reflection does not equate to literal fulfillment, interpretation, not certainty. In the cockpit, Mercer's concerns were immediate and concrete: keep his squadron safe, suppress threats, and support Allied objectives. But even he could not ignore the war's broader consequences: mounting casualties, evacuation advisories across Middle Eastern capitals, and the tangible disruption to civilian life and global markets. In the Levant, Hezbollah rockets and Israeli counterstrikes transformed border cities into war zones. The Strait of Hormuz blockade threatened global energy stability, a reminder that modern war, even when waged by advanced aircraft and precision weapons, ripples outward in ways no pilot can fully predict. As Mercer's jet cut through the fading sunset, this conflict stood as a pivotal chapter in early 21st century geopolitics, a violent intersection of modern strategy and ancient narratives. The story of these days, rich with real decisions and human consequence, would be etched into history. Just as ancient writings continue to be read, interpreted, and debated by those searching for meaning in our shared human journey. If this story moved you, if the sacrifices, the courage, and the real-world history we just walked through left an impression, do us a favor before you go. Hit like to show this kind of thoughtful history matters to you. Subscribe and ring the bell to stay part of this community. Every subscriber helps us keep uncovering powerful stories together. And in the comments below, tell us which moment hit you hardest or what you want us to explore next. Your voice matters here. Infinite thanks to you for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting on our video. God bless us all and give us world peace and unity.